So you guys have already learned the difference between eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells. And specifically, you know that eukaryotic cells are a lot better. They're a lot cooler. They have things like chloroplasts inside them for making their own food, and they have things like mitochondria that let them do aerobic respiration. Um, and so you might have wondered, why did eukaryotic cells get all of this cool stuff inside them, while prokaryotic cells are stuck with basic DNA and ribosomes? And biologists wondered that too. They wondered how all of these internal organelles came to be. And so when they were investigating this question, they noticed that things like mitochondria and chloroplasts actually had their own DNA. And they noticed that things like mitochondria and chloroplasts divided by themselves, separate from the entire cell. And so they were struck by this thought that maybe some organelles used to be their own cells. And they called this idea endosymbiosis. The idea that some of the organelles inside of eukaryotic cells were actually at one point in time a separate cell that got swallowed. So for instance, some biologists think that mitochondria came to be when an anaerobic cell, that is a cell that can't use oxygen during respiration, met up with an aerobic cell, a cell that could use oxygen during respiration, and the anaerobic cell basically consumed the aerobic cell, at which point we have the ancestor of mitochondria. And this aerobic cell then would get protection from the larger cell, whereas the larger cell now gets more ATP. And so in this sense, endosymbiosis is predicated on the idea that the organelles and the cells that ate them had a mutualistic relationship with each other. And that's it. At this point, you guys have some practice. We'll see you next class.